Hello and welcome to the podcast interviews of India blog pages from the mainland America to the glamour city of Bollywood. This is the very first episode of these conversations with our guests in a video format for the first time. First of all, wish you all happy holidays. And about these interviews are meant to bring India's young enthusiast in music in direct conversation with an established musicians of India's music industry. This time around, we have a very kind, generous celebrity who agreed to come on to interview with with us, and that is none other than Meenal Jain. About her, in her early music career in public, she made a successful entry through the reality show none other than Indian Idol, and later went on to work with many music albums and playback singing as well for many Bollywood movies. Meenal is a singer who have great in-depth knowledge of India's classical music and folk music, and now she combined many modern trends to produce very interesting music at this time. Here is a pre-recorded interview done during the last fall, and here along with me is Rishi Subramanian, who is a young enthusiastic musician aspiring to become India's music, enter into music industry. He's starting asking here about her early music career, and we will listen to it pretty soon. Thanks to all the team members who helped with this, and thanks to all who are watching this, and please do comment and like and subscribe to the channel for sure. And thanks everybody. Bye.
Yeah. The first one which we'd like to ask you is how your early life growing up was, and how you got into music, and your ancestors, right? I think they were from the north, and then you guys moved
I am
into
basically from
Maharashtra.
Indore. I'm basically from Indore, which is Madhya Pradesh.
Okay, Madhya Pradesh.
And
okay.
born and brought up there, yeah. And nobody in my family is from the musical background. Like my paternal or the maternal side, none of them are into music in any way. The whole family is musical. Like my father's family specifically, my mother tells me my nanny used to sing bhajans, and that happens, I think, in most of the families in India. But my father's side family, all my taujis and everybody, they all have musical ears, and my buddy papa sings very well, but nobody is into it professionally, and they have never learned. So I think it came as a musical gift to me, and because my father, if the luck would have permitted, and if everything would have fallen into place, either he would have been a sports person or some artist. He has a very soul of an artist, but he had to do business due to the, of course, ghar pe paise nahi hote the, this and that. But he always had this side of him. And he has like two daughters, me and my elder sister. So when that's how he came to know that I have a musical gift, and that he came to know because they have musical ears. Is my sister was learning a dance on Piya To Se Naina Lage Re for a school function, and वो because वो घर में रोज बजता था, तो मुझे याद हो गया. तो मैंने पापा को बोला मुझे आपको गाना सुनाना है. तो इसलिए कि गाना सुनाना है, कौन सा गाना सुनाना है. मैं I mean, imagine a 6-year-old girl saying पिया तो से नैना लागे रे सुनाना है. He's like कि ये कहाँ सुन लिया इसने. Like अच्छा सुना, and I sang. So he came to know that I think she has got that gift. और now I realize that वो जो मैंने वो गाना याद कर लिया ना, that pushed him a lot कि अगर ये लड़की ये गाना याद कर सकती है सिर्फ वो बजते बजते. मेरी सिस्टर के लिए बजता था, मैं तो सिर्फ सुनती थी ना, ऐसा भी नहीं कि मैंने बैठ के याद किया वो गाना, वो बजते बजते याद हो गया. So he was like, I think she's blessed with this. So he started, thinking about it. Then another incident happened. We went to our one of the pilgrimages, and because I have been a very hyper active kid. So अभी होता है ना मासियों को कि भाई इसके एनर्जी काम डाउन करने के लिए कुछ एक काम दे देते हैं इसको. So my मासी sat with me कि मैं तेरे को भजन सिखाती हूँ. I'm like, बैठो सिखाओ. तो उन्होंने सिखाया, and by the time they could figure out, they were talking and everything, and suddenly somebody came and somebody said कि अरे मंदिर में कोई तो भजन गा रहा है, बहुत अच्छा गा रहा है. तो they were like कि कौन गा, चलो देखते हैं. तो it was me. I went in the mandir and I started singing, and people started acknowledging it also.
What age is this actually?
This was that same six and a
years?
half.
Wow.
Yeah.
So something.
That's when, and because I was singing, and there were so many people, and I was not bothered. That's when my father thought, no, what I'm thinking is right. She has that gift of music, and whatever now I can do to enhance her music, I will. So that's how I started my journey, musical. But again, like, in those times, there were no reality shows. There was nothing as such. तो तब ना ये एक्सेप्टेंस होना कि इतनी छोटी लड़की गा सकती है या सीख सकती है, वो था ही नहीं. पहले के उसमें ये था कि अरे तो बहुत छोटी. पापा ट्राइड अ लॉट दैट टाइम कि इंदौर में सिखाने वाले मिल जाए या क्लासिकल कहीं सीख ले. पर वो मेरे 4 साल, मतलब मैंने सीखा इंदौर में, ऐसा नहीं है, कुछ कुछ टीचर्स ने सिखाया, बट जिस तरह से पापा के दिमाग में था वैसा मैं सीख नहीं पा रही थी. एंड it took me 4 years to come to Mumbai.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Finally, my father understood that यहाँ जो मैं चाह रहा हूँ, वो नहीं हो पाएगा यहाँ, वो नहीं हो पाएगा, because everybody that he wanted me to learn from said कि अरे तो बहुत छोटी है अभी, ये क्या सीखेगी, क्या बैठेगी, ये होगी तब, ये 12-15 साल की होगी तब लेकर आना. तो पापा वाज लाइक यार, पर लेकिन म्यूजिक तो अभी से 12-15 तक मैं कहाँ वेट करूंगा. सो ही फिगर्ड आउट समथिंग. वो लिखा था मेरा बॉम्बे आना. तो पापा फ्रेंड, देयर इज अ फ्रेंड ऑफ माय फादर, दलजीत अंकल. सो कुछ बात हो रही होगी उनसे, एंड ही सेड मेरे फ्रेंड के बिल्डिंग में कोई गाता है. और मतलब इट्स सच अ फिल्मी स्टोरी. Connections from here to there and here to there. And then eventually I came to Mumbai and I met Papa's friend's friend. And made him hear my voice, and he was like, ये बच्ची अच्छा गाती है, and इसको मैं मेरे गुरुजी से मिलाऊंगा. इसके पहले I actually entered Mumbai in 96.
Oh, okay.
This is that time. 96 में मैं आ गई थी. और 96 में I came to सुरेश जी's institute.
Oh, okay.
So सुरेश जी क्या ही मतलब उन्होंने सुना, और उन्होंने पापा से पहला सवाल पूछा, ये कब से गा रही है. तो पापा ने कहा 6 साल की थी तब से. Now see the difference. सुरेश जी was like, तो आपने 4 साल क्या किया, इसका 4 साल वेस्ट हो गया. That was the difference, कि ये 6 साल की थी तब से गा रही है, आप 10 साल में क्यों, इसको 6 साल में ही ले आना चाहिए था आपको. So Papa is like कि अब जो जैसा जब मौका लगा and all that. And I stayed over there for about 3 months. But मैं छोटी थी और मेरे घर की सबसे लाडली बच्ची थी मैं. We stayed in a joint family, and I'm the youngest in my generation. So all that, and थोड़ा सा खाना पीना अलग हो जाता है and everything. So I really couldn't stay over there. And I was like, I want to go back. So my Padma Didi, that time Padma Didi was also there, Suresh's wife. And Padma Didi was like, uncle आप सोचो आपने इसको अंधे कुएं में ढकेल दिया, because they wanted me to learn. They were like, she has that. If she goes back to Indore, वहाँ नहीं होगा सीखना. So, but my father was also very precise. If she doesn't want to stay, I will not force her. I want her to learn music, and that is why I've got her here. But I don't want to force her for anything. If she doesn't want to stay, I will not force her.
Okay.
So I went back, and then within 3 days, but in those 3.5 months, my father realized, because learning to meri ho hi rahi thi. I started learning. So in those 3.5 months, my progress was so fast that my father realized that if
It's
at all I
really
have to do
wise.
music,
Yeah.
I have to come to Mumbai. And that is how the other thing happened. Then I met my Guruji, Mr. Manohar Rai, and Srimati Krishna Kale Rai. Now she's no more, but I met them during that time.
Okay.
And he also used to, you know, वो बच्चों को सिखाना, he was like कि मैं बच्चों को नहीं सिखाता हूँ. तो Papa was like, again we are back to square one.
Yeah.
अब ये भी बच्चों को अगर नहीं सिखाते तो कैसे करेंगे ना. गुरु ढूंढना, गुरु कहा जाता है कि गुरु अच्छा मिलना बहुत किस्मत चाहिए आपको उसके लिए.
Right. It's like a blessing, right?
It is a blessing. It is a blessing to find the right guru, and you know, a guru that will love you, understand you, at the same time be strict with you, and आपको किस तरह से गाना बजाना सिखाना है. ये अगर सही गुरु मिल जाए तो नैया पार हो जाती है. So I met my, and then suddenly I don't know what happened to Guruji, and he was like कि अच्छा मैं इसको सिखाऊंगा. That's where actually my journey started. Like after Suresh ji, that's where I started my journey, and that's how things started moving on. So that was my earlier life, and then of course my mother was very adamant that whatever happens, padhai nahi chutegi. So I completed my graduation and everything also from Mitibai and St. Xavier's School.
Okay, very nice. So you pretty much covered, I think, the very first part of the questions we sent you, but then I
didn't read the questions.
Yeah, but I think that I think that, you know, I would still like to hear in a chronological order who was your first guru and what influence they had on your music. And then later on, when you become more established, you're still learning from different people, I guess, actually. And then how all those people made your music a little bit more refined as you went by through your training, actually. So, you know, if you just walk us through all your gurus.
Yeah. So my first ever guru in Mumbai, as I said, was Suresh ji. I learned from him not much, but about three and a half months. And then actually the training that I, you know, वो जो मेरे सुर हैं या मेरी जो गायकी है या मेरे एक अंदाज है, वो मेरे गुरुजी में श्री मनोहर राय जी. I've got it from him. And उन्होंने मुझे पूरा एक कहते हैं ना कच्ची मिट्टी को एक सुराही में मटकी में या किसी में एक shape, he shaped me. And so he made sure that, you know, कैसे ना कैसे करके he used to feed me what he wanted to. वो कहते हैं ना कि मतलब पिज्जा रोटी नहीं पसंद है तो पिज्जा पसंद है. अच्छा ठीक है, पर वो खिलाते रोटी थे, लेकिन पिज्जा का एक मुखौटा बना के खिलाते रोटी ही थे मुझे. So that is how he used to feed music to me. मेरे सारे नखरे भी सहे एकदम, you know, 10 साल की. आजकल के बच्चे तो बहुत स्मार्ट है, हम तो बहुत ही मतलब एकदम बच्चे जैसे बच्चे थे. भूख लगी तो भूख लगी है, नहीं सीखना तो नहीं सीखना है, सीखना है तो सीखना है, ऐसा एकदम. और गुरु को बोल भी रहे हो आप. अब तो आप सोचते हो कि मेरी हिम्मत कैसे हो जाती थी, बट आप गुरु को बोल भी रहे हो कि नहीं गुरुजी मन नहीं हो रहा, मुझे भूख लगी है, मतलब ऐसा सब भी किया हुआ है मैंने. So, you know, he really taught me well, and made sure that I was not only this, he taught me a lot of life skills also.
I think.
So he was like, you know, you want to be an artist. The first lesson that he gave me was, you will learn good music, you will learn a lot of things in life, but the first lesson is you always have to be a good human being. That cannot change anything.
So the life lessons are more important too.
Yeah, that is the first lesson he gave me. And then there are a lot of singers who are very particular about their throat, what they're eating, what they're not. My Guruji taught me otherwise. He was like, you know, make yourself immune to everything. Make your throat in such a way that 99% whatever happens, whatever you're eating, whatever the conditions are, you are not affected by it. So he made sure that, you know, I used to have cold water, fridge water. He used to feed me with pickles and like, you know, very masaledar stuff and tikha and thanda, khatta, everything. Everything.
All non-traditional stuff.
Exactly. He made sure I had it. And actually, it worked for me. I mean, touch wood, by God's grace, I don't fall. My throat, until unless it's a viral fever or something, मेरा गला इस तरह से बैठता नहीं है. It's because of the training. It's just the mentally he trained me.
Yeah.
Basically, कि whatever you eat is a different ball game, but you know it will not affect your throat.
So he's
So
based in Indore, or is it
no,
in
Bombay.
It's all in Bombay.
Very much.
And then you moved on to several other gurus
So
as well.
while I was with him, Indian Idol came. While I was doing some recordings and I was growing up, I also learned from Ghulam Mustafa Khan Sahab.
Wow, cool.
And I learned from Bhavdeep Jaipurwale. And I also learned from Gautam Mukherjee, Hemant Mukherjee's son-in-law.
Wow.
What a wonderful teachers these all people are. And then I also learned from Ramdesh Pandey ji.
Oh, wow.
And Dr. Ramdesh Pandey is a classical, hardcore classical singer. I learned from him. And I also learned Western music.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. My teacher's name was D'Souza Heather. I learned about 4 to 5 years of Western music also.
I see. Is it a part of the Indian Idol thing that you did actually?
No, Indian Idol was a total separate thing. There was no learning as such. There was all performing of what you have learned, in a way.
Yeah, I just want to come back to your gurus actually. So is that from those gurus that you imbibed all the interest in all those folk music that you're interested in later life? How do you get to the interest in?
So from my Guruji Manohar Rai ji, I learned music through ghazals.
Oh, okay.
His compositions, mostly his compositions. So in all my college competitions and everything, I have only sung his compositions.
Cool.
And I have won. So वो गजल गायकी का जो एक अंदाज है वो तो बचपन में ही उनसे ही सीखा है और उनसे ही शायद आया है.
Okay.
And this is how I learned that folk. वो राजस्थानी है क्योंकि तो folk एक color and ghazals. So this all comes from gurus only. And then whatever you learn, I try and how does it improve my singing is I try and the implications are very important. There is a theory that you learn at times. Where is like sa sa re ga ma pa da ni sa sa re sa iska double karna hai sa sa re ga ga ma. This is all theory. Now how will I use this in a song? कहाँ मुझे कहाँ करना है या कहाँ ये करना है ये मुझे पता. वो करते करते like soccer you can do a theory game, but when you come on the field the actual learning happens on the field. So the actual learning of music also happens in the competitions, in all the recordings that you do. And आप कहाँ कम पढ़ रहे हो या गले में कौन सी हरकत की कमजोर है, कौन सी हरकत strong है, ये सब करते 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 ही आता है. It's like that.
So you learn something and then you put that into your practice. That's when you really learn how to.
Then I also learned from Mr. Kuldeep Singh. I've learned from him as well.
Yeah. So I was about to ask you actually. You are married into a very famous ghazal family. Actually, it's a great thing. Actually, how do you interact with your father-in-law, who's so famous? He written the most famous ghazal in Indian music scene, I guess. Actually, so
he is a fantastic composer. Yeah, and
how's your interaction with him?
So I while staying with him, these days, by the way, I am not staying with them. I am going through a divorce. I'm letting you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But then, yes, I have learned beautiful things from him. So with him also, as a teacher, he always gives you, he's like a doctor. I used to always call him a doctor of singers. Like if you, as I said, अगर आपके गले में एक particular हरकत नहीं आ रही है, there are different kinds of variations and improvisations में different kinds of हरकत होती है. Like in drawing, freehand drawing में भी बहुत सारे styles होते हैं. So that is how it happens in music also. So for that particular harkat to come to you, he used to design a palta.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Then and there, he used to design a
Interesting.
palta and give it to you, so that
Wow.
you can work directly to that thing.
He tell you, he's kind of a doctor. He tell you this is how you
Exactly,
get,
exactly. So that is how he has taught a lot of his students and me as well this thing. So that's amazing about him. And of course, he's a great composer and a fantastic, knowledgeable person.
Yeah. Do you want to sing for us few lines of one of his favorite ghazals that you know?
100%.
Yeah.
I don't know what is his favorite, but I think his most there's one ghazal that I like that he has composed, which is यूं तो क्या क्या नजर नहीं आता, यूं तो क्या क्या नजर नहीं आता, कोई तुम सा नजर नहीं आता, कोई तुम सा नजर नहीं आता, यूं तो क्या क्या नजर नहीं आता.
Wow.
Thank you.
Super. In that connection, actually, your brother-in-law is a very famous.
Yeah, very famous ghazal singer, and he's of course trained by his own father. So dad is his guru as well as father.
And also Jagjit Singh introduced him into the ghazal. Was he a student of Jagjit Singh as well?
Kind of, yes. I mean, he did have an influence, but I think the guru is dad. But yeah, he did have an influence of him getting into that ghazal bit.
So I just wanted to, switch to few other things like, your family background and everything. We heard quite a lot of it actually. So let's hear your advice to young singers where this intense competition is there, and how do you think the youngsters can face all these things and become successful in this industry actually? And you already had gone through it, so you're the first-hand experience here.
Yes. All I would say is just believe in your music and make sure whatever you know. Not everybody doesn't know everything. And that is why every human being is unique, because what you have, the others don't. What others have, you don't. So you can't even think that you are the most superior person. You can't even think that, oh my God, I don't know anything. What you know is what you know. Okay. Believe in that. Do a lot of riyaz in a very right way. Please do not, I really want to say this, please do not follow random people from YouTube and just, because what there's people don't realize is who's going to correct those mistakes.
Exactly.
Even if you are making a mistake, first of all, because you're learning, you'll not realize that you're making a mistake. You'll learn wrong things.
Yeah.
And who is going to correct it? Nobody is there to correct it.
Yeah.
And when you learn, khali panna jo hota hai, uske upar drawing badi achhi hoti hai.
Exactly.
Once but it is when you write and you rub and you write and you rub, that however beautiful a drawing you make, it will not look nice.
Yeah.
Why? Because unlearning
is very hard.
Is one of the most difficult process.
Yeah.
Unlearning something. Right. So better learn the first time the right way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So find your guru.
Okay.
Whoever he or she is, find a guru and learn, please. In today's time, we are doing an interview like this. You can do online classes, but sure. I would suggest make sure that those classes are like, there is a person who's listening to you and correcting you at the same time. Right. And rest is, you don't have to be like anybody. Just be yourself. whatever. I mean, somebody is singing a rag or a taiyari wala gana, and you're just singing a Dil Hai Chhota Sa. It's okay. Sing that Dil Hai Chhota Sa with so much of emotions and correct pitching and correct gaiki that also touches equally as somebody singing the most difficult song. And this happens. So, do not get into any silly competitions with others. Compete with yourself. आज मैंने ये गाया, कल मैं इससे बेहतर गाऊंगा या गाऊंगी. That's how it should be.
Right. Very well said, actually. Rishi, you have to chime in anything about
yes.
because
it is a lesson for all. Actually, I myself am a singer. So what you have just said is something which me as a student and everyone has to. I mean, we all look forward to. Yeah, it's a very wonderful piece of advice which we have just given. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I wanna delve into some of your music as well, actually, during this time, and then before that, can you comment about India's current music scene? You are in the heart of Bombay, where music happens. So you feel free to say about the current popular music, or about the Hindustani music, or classical music scene, whichever is comfortable or you are interested.
I would say everything is working well. There is an audience for everything.
Okay.
Yeah. And yes, there is when it comes to Bollywood, or it comes to that very hardcore music that is popular music. It's more of the sound based gaane hai, more than the composition is the sound based. So basically the music is shifting. पहले की जो compositions थे, अभी पहले की ये पिया तू अब तो आजा, आज भी लोग उस पे डांस करते हैं. It's a fantastic composition, but it is a composition.
Right.
है ना? So वो composition के तौर तरीके जो थे वो उससे याद, उसका म्यूजिक भी याद हो जाता था. कॉम्पोजिशन आजकल के जो गाने हैं वो कॉम्पोजिशंस तो होती हैं उसमें, बट मुझे लगता है कि वो it's more of the sound. So that is why the texture of the voice
is more important.
The sound it's creating. If it's a pop song, they actually think, I think before making a song, that where exactly they want their song to be played. So if it's a pop kind of a song that they want it to be, played while people are, having fun and dancing, they make a sound or a song like that.
Yeah.
It's like that nowadays. And I would still say that, jitni, jaise I'm also singing ghazals at this point of time. Right. I'm doing a lot of this for Bazme Khas. There's a channel, YouTube channel, Bazme Khas.
Yes.
And it's a fantastic platform. So people who have heard me, people have heard me over there also. Right. There is a part of me who is who has sung Cutie Pie.
Yeah.
In Ae Dil Hai Mushkil.
Yeah.
Right.
तेरे जैसी न पिंड विच दूजी पंजाबी कोई चिक माहिया, क्यों तो खिड़की पे बैठे शर्माए, वरांडे उते दिख माहिया, cutie pie. This is also me. At the same time, I'm also singing, a ghazal in Bazme Khas.
Yeah.
So this is all, it happens. I think everybody has a different shade, and every music has their own audience. So this is how it is.
So how is the ghazal scene per se in India? Like, all the big names like Anup Jalota, Jagjit Singh Ji, they all kind of retired, or maybe not anymore in the scene.
The new generation is singing ghazals left, right, and center.
And
I'm so happy. Yeah. The new generation, like I know so many people who are,
Singh.
like Pratibha Singh, then Prithvi Gandhar. Prithvi is like, he is like a legend.
Yeah.
Right now, living legend. I mean, his age, his singing is amazing. Then Pratibha is there. Then Priyanka Barve from, she's like very, very beautiful, beautifully doing Natya Sangeet, this and all. But as well as she's also doing ghazals. Then Shilpa Rao.
Yeah, obviously.
Prajakta Shukre.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. So all of us, we have our own side. We do Bollywood gigs also.
Yeah.
We also do, those trendy songs.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we are also doing the ghazals and everything also.
Yeah. So that brings us to the next question then. So where do you want to see your career go from now, actually? Because you came through Indian Idol as a big, out there, and you did time that. And I don't think that you seems to go in a, it seems to be more ghazal oriented, like you said, Basme ghazal. Yeah. So you tell
Bas mein
me.
khas.
Yeah.
No, it is, as I said, as a singer, I would love to sing everything that
Okay.
I can connect to,
Okay.
or that vibes with my energy, basically.
Fair. Yeah.
Whatever is offered to me. If somebody asks me to offer music, I might sing old songs or ghazals, or the new ones, which are like, uh, a song like Hawaii maybe, or a song like Kesariya Tera.
Yeah.
It's a
Beautiful.
beautiful composition.
Absolutely.
केसरिया तेरा इश्क है पिया, रंग जाऊं जो मैं, हाथ लगाऊं दिन बीते सारा. It's a beautiful composition,
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I might sing
Sounds,
that also. It just depends on the mood,
yeah. It
and
sounds great in
that's
your
how.
voice, actually. So you should make one of your songs with that. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
singing that to us, actually. So
Thank you so much.
I'm just gonna go and take a shot at your few songs, actually. Like you had that Mehram that you produced with your former husband.
Husband,
Yeah,
yes.
your husband. And I want to talk about it. I wanted to hear, like, Rishi, for example. Here is a young musician who sings a lot of songs, but of others' compositions. But then you started making your own songs with that album and came out beautifully. And I love many of the songs in that album. Actually, it's
Thank
one
you.
of the
That's
best. Yeah.
that's
How
one of
did you
the
make that
most.
transition from a singer to a composer of your own songs? Actually, yeah.
I didn't compose those compositions. I only sang. That was written by somebody else and composed by Harpreet Singh. Uh, Beautifully composed by him. And but I did come out. So after coming out of Indian Idol, that was also my decision. I could have gone and done a indie pop kind of an album,
Yeah.
but I wanted to do a soft rock,
Yeah.
Sufi soft rock kind of an album.
Absolutely.
So this is where I saw myself.
Yeah.
My voice doing a justice to. And when it comes to composing, there are a lot of singers nowadays who are doing a song, their own song. They're doing the songwriting as well as composing, which I feel is great.
Yeah.
It's amazing, because independent music is all about that.
Exactly.
Independent music is actually that you're not dependent on anybody.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's how it is.
And do you see yourself going in that direction?
Composing, for me, composing is not. I mean, I do design songs, and I do वो अगर कहने को कंपोज करना है, वो compositions हो जाती हैं, लेकिन because I've heard so many good compositions, दिल्ली दूर है अभी. It's like that for me when it comes to composing.
Okay, but you will reach there one day, I guess. Actually,
I hope.
Right.
I am going to ask you about your, commitment to a society, because you came up on Satyamev Jayade,
Yes.
the song Sakhi. Actually, I want you to sing that song for everybody one more time, because it's one of the most popular songs.
Yes,
And
it is.
tell about
I've got so much of love for that song. आंसू के संग ना बहूंगी सखी, अब ना मैं गुमसुम रहूंगी सखी, सहने से बेहतर कहूंगी सखी, आंसू के संग ना बहूंगी सखी.
About your time at Indian Idol. Yeah. So what was your experience there? And we have heard that Sonu Nigam ji was all praised about your singing, and So please share your thoughts on that. And how
Indian
that
Idol
influenced
was a
your career.
wonderful time that I had. Learned a lot. Um, for the first time, I think we came to know that there is a concept of 12 cameras on you. And you just have to, like, while performing, you have to sing in pitch, you have to dance well, you have to look at the cameras, also interact with the cameras, as well as the audience, as well as the judges sitting over there.
Challenge.
So Indian Idol taught me that we are expected to look like Kareena Kapoor, sing like Lata Mangeshkar, and we fit like a PT Usha or somebody.
Yeah.
All in one.
Yeah. That's the challenge, actually. Yeah. On stage.
Yeah, that's a challenge.
Yeah.
But I just feel that, these are the norms that we have made for each other, for us.
Yeah.
I mean, I do not want to keep myself in that
I see.
that particular race in a way. I have all my gratitude to Indian Idol as a platform, because it got me connected to people worldwide.
Yeah.
That is something that Indian Idol has done for all of us. And what a beautiful competition it was. As I said, to learn, we became kind of a pro in giving interviews, and नहीं आता, ये करते करते ही चीजें ऐसी हैं कि आती हैं, इसका कोई कोर्स नहीं होता. कोई मुझसे पूछता है म्यूजिक का कोर्स होता है, तो मेरे को पहले तो समझ नहीं आता म्यूजिक का कोर्स कैसे होता है ना. म्यूजिक का कोई कोर्स नहीं होता. म्यूजिक इज समथिंग दैट यू लर्न, and then you learn, and then you keep learning, and then you keep learning. It's like a never-ending process. So that is how things are, all these things. I mean, you can turn into a celebrity overnight, but how to conduct yourself in an interview, what to speak, what not to speak, how to not be boring, how to not overdo things, how to not be very, there are so many things, so many aspects to different things. So I think Indian Idol was kind of a crash course for us for all the things inclusive.
To
so
be
I
in
really have
the public eye is that was a challenge.
Yes. So that's
how does your interaction with judges, for example, Sonu Nigam always was like, praised you. I have seen many of the times that
Sonuji, I have a special bond with him, and he's an amazing human being. Other than being a legend that he is, he's an amazing human being. After Indian Idol, I started performing with him on a stage, which was a great thing, For us, Sonu Nigam has always been. Can you see me? Yeah. For us, Sonu Nigam has, your Sonu Nigam. It was always like that, And then seeing him as a judge, and then getting to sing with him on his stage was a beautiful journey, and I learned so much from him, not only as a singer but as a performer.
I see.
As a performer, I learned a lot of things from him.
Yeah, cool. You guys went abroad on a tour afterwards, and how does all that experience felt like?
Amazing. I didn't go abroad with him. I have been. I've been to London for his concerts, and amazing. I'm telling you, he's a wonderful human being, as well as and the love that he has for me is beautiful, and beautiful connection. And as I said, learning has never stopped. So,
Rishi, the next one.
Thank you. Thanks for that. And so the next question that we would like to ask is about any new projects which you have in the pipeline. So
yes,
you just mentioned
Bazmekhas. Now I went to perform at Bazmekhas. So one by one, again, my new ghazals are coming out at Bazmekhas. Then I'm also doing some covers of old songs with them. There's a new, very opposite to the ghazals, as I said, a very different me is again. I sang for Sanjeev Chaturvedi, and that song is coming. Will be released by Mika Singh. Mika Baji is it's a Mika Baji's project.
I saw it on your Instagram page yesterday.
Story. Yeah, so I went to shoot over there at his farmhouse. So that is another thing that is in the pipeline. And
do you wanna sing a few lines of that song for us, or
not yet, not yet. I'm not allowed to.
Okay.
Right. Okay,
That's fine, actually.
no
But
problem.
to give you, it's a very trendy song. I'll just sing a line. I think
Yeah.
it's gonna
Yeah.
do no harm. It's झूठा तेरा प्यार तेरा प्यार तेरा प्यार झूठा तेरा प्यार तेरा प्यार तेरा प्यार झूठा तेरा प्यार तेरा प्यार तेरा प्यार झूठा तेरा प्यार. You liar. That's the kind of song. It's a very trendy song, you know. It is.
Yeah. So just to continue, few things in the last, actually. So we were talking about the Indian Idol, and then I know also that you had a lot of work done in the playback industry. You want to
Yeah.
talk about that experiences, that you say something like which you think you're proud of achieved in that field, actually. Please go ahead.
Come again? I didn't get you. What?
So I was wondering if you wanted to talk about your experience singing for playback industry, like
Oh,
for
yes.
movies and
So fortunately, I have sung for Rahman sir, Amit Trivedi, Shankar Ehsaan Loy,
yeah,
Salim Suleiman, Ram
nothing
Sampat.
small, no small names actually.
Everybody. But I've been fortunate to sing for all of them, and prominently Pritam Da, of course, and prominently whatever I have sung, those songs might not be as popular as the other ones, but I have my solo portions in all the songs.
Okay.
So that is a very
hard to come.
Nowadays in Bollywood, it is hard to come.
Yeah. So do you think that there is a gender disparity in that? Because
it is.
It is? Yeah.
It is. I will not deny it. I mean, I don't know why it is happening, but it is. I mean, if 100 songs are being made, hardly there are 10 songs which are female. Out of that, hardly there are 2 or 3 songs which are female centric,
Solos, yeah.
like female oriented.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like those 10 songs will have like somewhere in between 4 lines, 2 lines to 4 lines for females. That's it.
Right.
And the whole song is done by a male.
Yeah.
So
what do you think?
Recently, I also sang for somebody. I really love his way of composing, and Niladri Kumar.
Yeah.
I sang for him, and I love that song. And Imtiaz Ali.
Maybe you can sing that for us. Actually, I haven't heard
Yes,
that one.
I'll just sing it for you.
Yeah.
I'll take out the lyrics as well.
Yeah.
Being a singer, that is another problem that we have.
All these songs, you need to know the lyrics, right? By heart.
Oh yes. I totally forget the lyrics. It's like
yeah, that's okay.
खुद के ही गाने के lyrics नहीं याद होते हैं. It's like that.
Yeah.
It's तेरा मिलना है मेरा जलना बीते कल में यादों का धुआं लगे डरी सी रहूं मैं भरी सी रहूं मेरे दिल में वादों का धुआं लगे तुमको भूलना चाहता हूँ मगर तुमको भूलने का नहीं है जिगर खालीपन से भरा मेरा सारा शहर खालीपन अब तेरे बाद है हम सफर.
Beautiful.
That's the composition.
Yeah. So, before we wind up, I know that Sufi's Sufi songs are very, close to my heart, actually. So, and I chose you as to interview because I know that you really come out sing all the time some Sufi songs, and I like all that about you, actually. So I like you to sing one Sufi song for the audience as well. And I think that the reason, because I like singers like you, because I think that India's strong point is its own culture and the traditional folk and
correct
music like that. So I wanted to project people like you who are more like young generation and still do that sort of stuff actually. So please go ahead.
I will ask my son to hold the phone and I will sing it for you. Come.
Yeah. So he's a
I
part
will.
of this. Yeah.
Yeah, he is a musical soul as well. So
Oh yeah, that's very
yeah,
good actually. Yeah.
it comes from the parents, both side parents. Yeah, so comes in
Cool.
him naturally.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And also a soccer player.
Oh, yeah, super.
So the interview got delayed because he had a match and I was on the
Ah,
turf.
I heard you. I heard you have so much people around actually. So I was thinking
Yeah,
that
that
you're
was
on.
because of the turf. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just hold it like that.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It's turned
That's
around
sit
now.
over there. No. Just hold it like this. Sit over there. Okay. थोड़ा हारमोनियम से दूर रखना because otherwise हारमोनियम का आवाज ज्यादा आएगा. Okay. Mm. हरियाणी देवो निकारणी हरियाणी देवो निकारणी मेरा पिया घर आया ओ लालिनी मेरा पिया घर आया ओ लालिनी पिया घर आया सानू अल्लाह मिलाया 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 मुड़िया के कर जाने हारनी मेरा पिया घर आया ओ लालनी मेरा पिया घर आया नीला गवा गवा गवरे गवा गवरे गजा गवरे गवरे तूने कावड़ करो बड़े रे जा तू घर आवन बड़े बड़े ओ तूने कावड़ करो सरे रे जा तू घर आवन बड़े बड़े किवे किवे सो आया मेरे किवे सो आया मेरे किवे सो आया मेरे उड़ी बिछड़न होया मुहालनी मेरा पिया घर आया ओ लालनी मेरा पिया घर आया ओ लालनी.
Very good. Thank you so much for it, actually. And
Thank
then,
you so much.
in the middle of your song, somehow the internet got a little bit slower or something. So I missed a lot of it, actually. Yeah. But then, most of it is recorded. Thank you so much. You want to finally finish off with any messages for your audience and also finally, please sing one of your favorite, your own song, actually. And then we will end up there, actually.
Yes. All I want to say is please support good music because that's all we need. All the artists who are out there, giving their best time of life and everything to, their art.
Mm-hmm.
Most of us do it for that appreciation, that love, and that support from people who are non-musical, who enjoy music as listening.
Yeah.
So that's the support. That's the thing that you can do specifically for independent artists.
Correct.
Because the independent artist requires that push, that that in today's technical world, that number of eyeballs, that number of views, that number of sharing, and comments and likes, and all you have to do is just it's just a button.
Yeah.
So whatever music you like, whatever artists you like, please support them. And to all the musicians out there who are wanting to be musicians, just have the devotion towards music. Just be true to music, and it will give you immensely in return. immensely, deeply in return.
Yeah. It's quite late and still I see that, that enthusiasm in this time of the hour. I know that it's quite late over there. Actually, it must be 12 p.m. or something like that. But then
Almost
thanks.
12, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for your time. The entire team would have been here if it was on time, actually, because they
I'm
all,
really sorry about that. And thank you so much for having me.
yeah,
And
absolutely. But then,
no problem.
just to finally say my heartfelt thanks to you, because, you do not have to spend this time with me, but then you bigger
No,
than,
thank you so much for all the love and all the
yeah,
understanding.
yeah,
And
no problem. I know you're going through maybe a tough time now, but then, still you're such a charm to know. And please know the
thank
love
you.
from everybody here, okay? And then please be
Thank
in
you so
touch.
much.
I will be listening to your
100%.
music all the time and will be appreciating it as well, actually. And then thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Thank you. Have a great
Take
day.
care. Okay, bye bye. Thank you
You
so
too.
much.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Yeah.